Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and obviously it is week 2 of the chemistry at home, so I'm just going to talk you through a few safety procedures and then you can get on and watch the video. So we are going to be wearing protective clothing as we are using dangerous chemicals, and we are doing it outside to ensure it is a well ventilated area. So just an extra reminder for this week, we are using iodine, which is a particularly nasty element. It's a good job it's windy today, so that'll ensure good ventilation for the iodine. So hi guys, welcome back to the science hack, and I've got my assistant, my sister, and today I'm going to be including my dad, my other assistant. So today, for our first experiment, we're going to be using iodine and aluminium powder, and you need to do this outdoors or in a well ventilated area, and you can never do it indoors without ventilation. So what you're seeing now is aluminium metal powder, and this is an element, and its formula is Al. So I'm just going to move it around a bit, so it's very, very fine. It's literally dust, the aluminium powder is. This has got a lot of surface area, so it's very important for the reaction, and that's why it's ground to such a fine powder. So this is where we have to be careful. In this bottle is iodine, and it's very dangerous. So this is very unstable chemical, and obviously it's got a lot of warnings on the label, particularly how dangerous this is to the human body. So here we have some iodine out of the bottle, but for the experiment to work it needs to be ground up into a powder. So here I'm going to pour it into here and then grind it. So make sure to always be careful. So we're going to mix 5 grams of iodine and 1 gram of aluminium to make this reaction. The main chemical formed will be aluminium triiodide. So, in front of us, my dad has put 5 grams of iodine on each plate. So I'm now going to add this aluminium powder to the iodine. As you can see, I'm mixing it very carefully so that I don't spill it anywhere. Now I'm going to add a couple of drops of water as a catalyst. This might set it off. So that was quite impressive. Let's do it again. So, as I'm stirring, I'm going to tell you what a catalyst is. So a catalyst is something that speeds up a reaction. So for example, if there was a fire and someone poured petrol over it, it would speed the fire up. We're going to walk away because the fumes are particularly hazardous. So what we've seen here is another example of an exothermic reaction. And that is how you make aluminium triiodide in a hazardous way. So in my hand I have a rather tasty looking substance. However, you should never eat it. Copper sulphate. Its chemical formula is CuSO4, and in next week's video we are going to start growing crystals. At the moment it looks like granulated sugar, but the crystals are going to be as hard as rock. So, in preparation for the crystals, we are now going to be getting our solution ready. So to make that solution, we are simply going to mix copper sulphate with water. So we are going to put roughly 3 spoonfuls, however the amount is not critical exactly. You should never do this with a bare hand, it's just because I've got gloves on. My sister is just spooning her copper sulphate in right now. Now we're going to add warm water to the copper sulphate to make the solution. The solution now will be ready to start the crystals next week. So we need to make sure it's all dissolved, and then I'll see you next week to make the crystals.